play with the car. I bought a salvaged Model S and went about tearing it apart, figuring out how it worked, learning different things on the car. It had problems. Rear drive unit had failed. Well, Tesla wouldn't, at that point, sell you a drive unit. We had to figure out how to rebuild it. So now we're teaching classes on Tesla drive unit rebuilds, right? Because now Tesla will sell the motor, but rebuilding them is more cost effective. So we learned that, learned about battery technology. We had problems with some CAN bus issues, door handles. We learned a ton of things by playing with our own cars, and we're like, okay, now that we got this down, how do we get in the customer cars? And Minnesota has a Minnesota Tesla Club, which is 6,000 members strong. And we got involved with the Minnesota Tesla Club, going to meetups at the breweries, bringing a car out there, just getting to know owners and talking to them and making friends. And, 6-8 months after, we launched saying, hey, we're going to fix these cars if you don't want to go back to Tesla. And we started to get a fair amount of business coming in and people liking it. And we evolved to customers want loaner cars. Well, we found out that once you're in a Tesla, the core ownership group of the car right now, they bought that car because they don't want to drive an ICE car anymore. And you give them an ICE loaner car and they didn't like that. So we slowly evolved to buying some Tesla loaner cars and putting Tesla customers in Tesla loaners. And we also learned that we can cycle those cars in and out very quick because they don't need any maintenance for, except a once-a-year service. So we can get those cars in and out with customers very quick and very efficient. So they've been a pretty good purchase for the loaner car side, but we have evolved all of that service model. 300,000 or 400,000 a year in Tesla repair is where we're at right now. Until the aftermarket catches up with parts, unfortunately, not all of it is super profitable yet, but that is coming. Tipping point would be aftermarket parts, the Tesla parts. Tesla sells the part to the same price to the shop that they sell to the customer. Tesla has a philosophy, they don't believe in profit in service as a company, which makes competition a little tougher. However, aftermarket parts are extremely affordable, have margins, things like that. So I think the aftermarket will overcome and adapt like we always have. It's new. I think that we have always learned to adapt. I think everybody thought the world was going to die when fuel injection came out, right? And the world's going to end when EVs come out. And EVs break. They leak coolant. They leak oil, just like regular cars. They have bus issues. They have isolation problems. They have H-fill problems. They have the problems that we have on regular cars. When they break, they're much more expensive. I think we will find a way to overcome and adapt like we always have. And obviously with Tesla releasing more and more service info, toolbox info, all of the stuff that we're getting out of Tesla makes it very, very easy for us to do those. The toolbox and the parts information, that was a big push from NASTAF. Me and Donnie flew out and met with Tesla. The rest of the NASTAF board as a whole worked tirelessly on getting access and information and making sure the independents have everything they need to be able to go after that business if they choose to. I mean, people choose not to go after all sorts of brands, and people can say, I don't want to work on Tesla, or I do. That's within their business plan and option, but you now have the option to be able to say, okay, I want to.